is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
Pew pew quip, pew pew quip.
Get ready for an hour and a half of that shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big episode. You're laughing because I jerked.
Everybody's just turning down their
Yeah,
finger.
wow,
Shit,
my
those
ears.
goddamn assholes.
Those ruckus guys.
This is the third set of woofers I've had to buy for my car because of your goddamn podcast. Aren't they called woofers?
Woofers?
No, it's woofers.
I don't know. Point is,
Double O.
we have got a lot to talk about
Hey,
today.
welcome to Off Panel Off Topic.
Yes.
I'm Tyler. That's Jake.
They heard the song.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there was stuff over it, though.
that's the first time I think in a long time we've actually given an introduction at all of.
Well,
This is welcome back to Off Panel.
the nice thing is, like, by the time, like, I've been to the Spotify thing, of course, and
Yeah.
it says who we are. So, yeah. You don't really need to introduce yourself on a podcast.
Or do you?
Not really.
I don't know.
I mean,
it-
it's such a niche thing. It's not like you're on the radio for anybody to
This
turn
is,
on at any point.
This is going to be what the kids call a Hulk heavy episode, because we're going to be talking about She-Hulk,
Mhm.
what we felt about it. We're going to make fun of a bunch of losers being offended by a woman lead.
Yeah.
Excuse
Fucking
me.
weak, dude.
Originally, I told you 3 clips. I have 4 clips.
Ooh.
I added an extra clip.
Well, they give us so
Yes.
much fodder.
That'll be explained later in a new segment, and we'll also
Ooh.
be talking about the possibility of June of 2023, the rights of Hulk going back to Marvel Studios.
Is that a new segment too?
What?
When we talk about a rumor?
I don't know if it's a rumor. I feel like it's just
There were 2 things that you wanted me to make.
yeah, but I feel like the rumor thing, we didn't get that one in yet.
Oh, we didn't get the buzz.
You know what? We'll just say that's
Fuck.
Well, we only give them one new segment today. Regardless, we're going to do a segment that
Listen, we got lives.
We're moving on.
God damn it.
You're moving on. We got too much to talk about tonight. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So instead of doing a new segment, we're going to do a segment that we do semi-regularly or whatever. We're going to do a little bit of what's in my mouth, Tyler.
Mhm.
We haven't done that.
No, we haven't
In a
done that in a
couple
while.
weeks.
And we actually we pre-recorded it
So we weren't even together last week.
because we had some
we did the
we
Predator.
had some issues last time we did. It wasn't even. I don't even think we did what's in my mouth. It was just we were just eating during the
Well,
podcast.
regardless,
Yeah, I had food before I came over today. So.
we're going to do it now.
Sounds good, but I'm just letting them know it's pre-recorded. Well, so is this.
It's all pre-recorded. We're not live. Yeah.
Nice. What is it, my mouth?
I said, hey.
Uh-huh. That's right. We gotta let this unbearably long stinger finish before I talk about what's going to go and be in my mouth. But,
Stop talking over it.
so, you know, I'm just... No, I'm just scatting.
All right, what do we got
And
today?
we're not talking about shit play.
Oh, my God.
I said I was scatting.
No, I'm
Scats.
aware of the term. I just, my God, man.
My God.
My God, I am disgusted. I love how the whole intro music will play out before we actually do anything.
I know. So we've had these cake bites before, but I found 2 at the store. One is a Minions chocolate Minion chocolate cake bites, and the other one is no lie, folks, Hulk Smash cake bites, and it's got gamma sprinkles, green frosting, colorful vanilla cakes, and apple jelly.
Apple jelly.
That's one thing that makes me think that the Hulk one might not be that good.
What's wrong with apple jelly? You don't even know what that is. How can you pass judgment on something you don't really understand?
That smells real good.
Does it smell like chocolate?
Yeah.
Yep, it's chocolate.
Here, take one out. So there's one for you. We're doing the Minions cake bites first.
Just take it off.
Just take it off, man.
I get one. There's 3 here.
Well,
what do we do with the third
You can
one?
have the second one.
Well, I might want the Hulk one because it's green.
A minion.
It's a minion. It's a minion.
Mhm.
This is great for you.
I'm a fan. It's basically regular cake.
Cake bites don't miss, dude. They don't miss. I don't even need to try the Hulk one.
Well, I'm gonna. Because I'm a glutton for punishment.
We actually have a lot to talk about today.
I know. Oh, is this how we're starting the episode?
No. The episode's already started. We just this is us from the future. We stitched it into the episode.
It smells like apple.
I might even edit this down.
Oh my god. I don't know. I just don't.
Ooh, that smells like a sour apple.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, get it in there. Wow.
No. 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 No.
I think you gotta get used to it. All right, for the Minion one, I think it's unanimous.
What the fuck?
No, god damn it.
Oh.
Now that we got the soundboard working again, I think unequivocally, Minions.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
On the Hulk, I know where you're gonna go. I'm gonna say this.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to give him the old Randy Macho Man,
Yeah.
wherever it is.
You are nothing but
Randy
garbage.
Macho Man?
Nothing but garbage, guy.
Well, anyway,
Yeah. I'm sorry, Hulk smashed cake bites. What a stupid.
I think I'm gonna save the beer for later.
That's
Or,
fine.
you know what? I'll just try it right now.
You can. Yeah.
I need some water. I got a palate cleanse to go from the Hulk thing to the because what I'm holding in my hand right now is the Modest Brewing Company and Other Half, so it's a collaboration. The Tater Tot Hot Dish Double IPA.
Wow.
Hot dish to people in North Dakota, Minnesota, and places like that. Everybody else,
Casserole.
it's a casserole. Normal people, it's a casserole. So here we go.
What do we got?
I haven't even tasted it yet. I'm just trying to clean my palate here. Just make weird noises.
You know what
in
a good thing to do is smell the beer, because your smell and your taste are inextricably linked.
Oh.
So you can kind of cleanse it that way, get the flavor in before you taste it.
It's actually not bad. The hot dish.
Does it taste like a hot dish?
A little bit. Not really at all. I want to say a little bit, but like, it just tastes like an IPA. They fucked with you with the labeling.
Tater tot hot dish. All right.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's good. That's
you know
good,
what?
man.
You know
That's
what it
good.
gets from me?
Yes. Wow.
Shit is
nice.
tasty. It's
nice.
It's a tasty beer.
Look at you.
All right, now let's go back to
The
all
show.
the shit we got to talk about the regular episode.
Oh wait.
Wow, what a crazy thing that we literally just did and didn't do before we recorded the regular
At
show.
all.
At all.
No.
No.
It's
No,
not
no.
like 20 minutes ago that happened.
I'm just sitting here going,
You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, guy.
thank you, Randy. You gotta look up to the sky when you say that.
Look up to the sky.
Because you're in
Point.
wrestling heaven.
You got a point. You wanna go like this?
So, Tyler,
Yeah.
well, the first thing that we're going to talk about today, show that you were very excited for, I've been very excited for, finally arrived. She-Hulk, episode 1. I'm a little bummed, before we even get into it, I'm a little bummed that we only got one episode. I feel like this show especially needed 2-episode premiere.
I would argue.
I think this
I
episode's
would
good.
actually argue that that no, it doesn't.
No, you're wrong.
And the reason why I argue that is because here's my thing. And honestly, I'm okay with. I'm not okay with all those fuckers saying the shit that they do, which we'll get to later. But
they're actively helping it.
I'm fine
They
with
don't
them.
realize
I'm
that.
fine. I mean, why give them more? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll get to that. I just
Yeah,
want to
but
focus.
I
wanna
think
focus on this.
one episode and the way that the episode was set up and the structure of everything. Of course, I want 2 and 3 episode premieres because that's what we get a lot.
Oh yeah,
But
that's the standard.
I'm
almost.
okay with just
I mean,
one because
Andor's getting 3.
this forces people to go, do I want to watch a second episode? And honestly, She-Hulk I think She-Hulk is universally good, but I might be wrong. I have talked
I
to
think-
somebody who didn't like it.
I think this episode is strong.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended.
I think she's
But
she
honestly, I think
embodies
this show would have
She-Hulk, dude.
benefited from 2 episodes. I feel
Sure.
like some people it really resonated with, and then some it didn't necessarily hit all the beats that they wanted. In
I
a Marvel
respectfully
show.
and disrespectfully agree.
Well, yes, there's
respectfully, I disagree.
We're not going to address that in particular because that's
and
not
disrespectfully, go fuck yourself.
That's not a real criticism.
That's disrespectful.
Will you stop? Jesus, man.
No,
You never listen.
You never. No, but I think you and I just are of two minds. I think it's good that it was only one, but here's the thing: I wouldn't have been mad if there was a second one.
I think it's a well enough episode that if you were into it, if you liked that episode, I think it was strong enough to get most people to get onto episode 2. However, I could see how this is a little I think there's legitimate criticisms of the episode. Personally, as someone who's I haven't read very much, but I've dabbled in She-Hulk. You've obviously read more than me.
Pretty much a diehard She-Hulk fan.
But being
for a long
familiar
time.
with that style of humor and that style of story and that character, I think it's really solid. I think if you really if you actually read the She-Hulk books, I think you'll really enjoy this. On the flip side of that, I think most normies aren't going to quite catch on. Normies. But you know what I mean? Like people that maybe read
well, the guys that are freaking out that they're like,
how
how is she good already?
I'm not saying anything of like people that don't read comics. I'm just saying in general that people that do read comics but don't necessarily don't know much about She-Hulk. That's another whole other thing I think people kind of push to the side is like, there are so many comic books. There's so much content.
So much. And where do you start?
There's so much entertainment and comic books and everything out there. So
She-Hulk's been around for 50 years. She came out in the 70s.
Great example. You and I read comics.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you fuck all about manga or anime. And there's some people that do. Some people that read comics and like that stuff. I'm not particularly into it.
We should have...
So my point is, I could also see how someone who's not used to this, because I think it's... Dan Slott put it really well. He tweeted he had a huge run in the early 2000s. This was before he got Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And he said in a tweet that's like, I'm someone who's written more She-Hulk comics than anyone. I've seen the first few episodes. It's great.
Yeah.
Like, he is signing off on it. He's somebody who's been a big voice on the character.
And Dan Slott... Now, when they created... Now, a lot of people don't know this. First couple things. One, in the comics right now, She-Hulk is more Hulk than anything than she's ever been. She's still largely in control. I think she actually has finally reverted back to regular She-Hulk, but for a while she was like
a bigger
female bodybuilder
she was
style.
A bulkier She-Hulk.
And she talked like kind of broken sentences and stuff too. And she actually had some issues with rage.
Yeah.
But largely, since she's been introduced, except for maybe her couple first appearances, she's largely always had that attitude, that brashness, that that kind of out there personality, and that, you know, she's always been like that. You know, now John Byrne in the late 80s really made her what she is today.
Yeah, and Dan
Slott
picked that up and ran with it.
Dan Slott came, I think Byrne's run on, I think the Byrne She-Hulk series died, and then Slott started a new one, I think.
Yeah.
But he definitely took... And he definitely followed beats and took the same, very largely the same path.
I could be wrong, but I think...
At the beginning. And he continued the fact that she's got this great, boisterous, out of this world, you know, larger-than-life personality. She always has.
Yeah.
I think we almost played footsie there.
Yeah.
Scary.
I could be wrong, but I think all of Slott's run is up on Comixology, if you have that.
If I'm not mistaken, he also does the really excellent storyline where Star Fox is accused of sexual whatever because of his powers.
I haven't read all of his run. I've only read a few. So
just real quick, there's a scene because she's defending him.
Yeah, we've talked about this on the show before.
Okay, but it's just a great scene because she literally is like, "Wait a second, I fucked him. Did he do that?" And she literally hulks out like in the
it was
and like tries to kill him, and it's like. It's a great storyline. It's just it's a bold way to look at different aspects of life. You don't have to write a nonfiction book to address society's ills.
Just in a brief thing, it turned into a story about sexual assault. And,
yes,
and it's you've mentioned on the show before.
Yeah, but the scene where she is like thinking about like the time they were together is like
I want to.
It's more and more mad.
Pizza time.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about everything in this episode.
Sure.
I want to address the issues that I've seen people take that I think that are coming from a good faith angle. It's
Sure.
not the
We're not talking about the grifters yet.
not the people. Yeah, not.
We're
the
talking about
grifters,
regular
but
people who might be like confused about
yes,
an
I had
aspect of a comic
a
book
buddy and I had
character.
a conversation about it, and he just felt like he was like, "Oh, I don't necessarily like that. Jen is just good at this, and Bruce struggled, and it just seems like Bruce, because they did have a really good storyline. I mean, say what you will about Joss Whedon, but he did a really great job of introducing Mark Ruffalo's Hulk."
Yes.
And making you care. It's like that keeps popping up on Twitter of people using that to dunk on this show, but I think it's kind of
On this show?
yeah.
What do
where
they use?
Listen,
Sorry.
I haven't even got to it yet. When he talks about the part where he says, "I put a gun in my mouth and pull the trigger," and the other guy spits it out. So like they see that version of Hulk. And they keep seeing that version of the Hulk. And little do they think about the fact that he has gone on a big arc of
Huge.
By the end of Avengers 2, he goes into outer space.
Right.
And doesn't know where he ends up. And then we find him again in Thor Ragnarok. And I do love that they touch on it in this show, that he is dealing with PTSD and he does special meditation and training and like, because he's a victim of trauma. Everybody that he's loved, just like Thor, and that's the thing. Thor's dealing with it in a different way than Hulk is, but they're actually showing some growth in these characters.
Yes.
And
something you folks should try.
But
Not all of
I
you.
think that a lot of people focus on the struggle that Bruce had in those first, phase 1 through 3 storylines.
Sure.
And this is a different Hulk. And Jen's story is also completely different than Bruce's. And you and I were talking about this. And I think that anybody that feels like it's okay, she can control being a Hulk and she's much better at this already than Bruce, you've got to trust this show. Because I'm telling you, they're doing this same Hulk story that you liked, but it's in reverse.
Right. And
so
this is actually accurate to the comics
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
you
No, that's not the... No,
Sorry,
that's
we're not talking about the
we're
bad
not
people
talking
yet.
to those
Sorry.
people.
It is actually comics accurate for you folks who might not know.
And I'm also, you also have to understand, I'm coming at this as someone who hasn't read a ton of She-Hulk, but you have, and you have talked, you've kind of explained
I want to
things
make
me.
I want to make an analogy here. Okay,
I'm not trying to flash my nerd credentials.
No. I want to make an analogy here, which will speed this process along. I think. When you think about it, and I think we've talked about it. I know I talked about it on my old podcast, Falling Down with T-Bird. Plug. But it's coming back. But what?
I'll eat your ass.
Yeah.
No, actually, if you're gonna do that,
$1 million,
you better
bitch.
fucking pay up.
But I've talked about, on my old podcast, I talked about racism and how stupid it is, because it really makes no sense. And you're like, okay, there's a white guy, and he's like, he's standing in front of a racist white guy, and he's standing in front of a white woman and a black man, and is like, okay, choose which person is going to hang out with you or whatever. And the racist white guy is going to go the white woman. They're more like me or whatever, right? But here's the fucked up thing, is you're more physiologically similar to the black man because he has balls, and you get what I'm saying? Women and men have different physiological aspects, different genitals, okay? Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up, okay, is because it's the same way.
I like how you
that
said this was going to be streamlined.
the reason why the reason why I'm talking about this is because people think, okay, well, she just got a little bit of Hulk's blood, and all of a sudden, dude, women metabolize shit different than men. Okay,
Also,
because physiologically, women have more pockets of fat on their bodies than men do. Typically, they oftentimes they react differently to alcohol and hangovers.
I appreciate what you're doing.
I'm just saying.
I appreciate what you're doing. But would you have to go through this leap in logic if this were a man?
No.
Would you have to go through the all this work to explain it if she were a man?
No, and I hate that I have to explain it, but at the same time, it makes sense at least for those people who are like, "Huh? Well, maybe." Have you ever?
See, but that's what I'm. That's my. I'm gonna blend it in here because that's my attack on chuds, and on people that are legitimately like questioning like why did it take him 15 years to get to this point? Why does she do it? People are different, and
Yes.
I think if you would have gotten the same story that Jen had as Bruce, you would not have. I think a lot of people, myself included, would not have liked that because it's the same story. So you can't have
why-
it. You can't
yeah.
have it both ways. You have to have her to be different than him. And like I was saying before, we went off to that other avenue of the conversation. I don't want to say off track, but it made sense to the grander scheme of things. But before we kind of diverted to the other direction.
Did you have to say he's got a balls and dick and everything? I mean, that was just
yeah,
enough.
I mean, exactly. But again, it is telling. It is the same. This is what's cool. This is expanding and showing you what it means to be a Hulk. Not what it means to just be Bruce. Not what it means to be Jen. What it means to be a Hulk. In the process of doing that, you are telling her story, the same story in reverse. So people are going to like her as She-Hulk.
Right.
People hated Bruce as Hulk.
People like Bruce.
Hated
They
Hulk.
don't like the Hulk.
Nobody cares about Jen now. They only
They're
care
gonna
about...
want a piece of the She-Hulk, and this is also comic accurate for those of
Exactly.
you who don't know.
So
Is that sorry?
So, well, no, I'm sorry. What I was getting at too with that is the whole arc is going to be her accepting She-Hulk as a piece of her.
There's a great there's a great graphic novel by John Byrne back in the day.
Just like Bruce has to accept that Hulk is a piece of him.
Right. But there's a great graphic novel. There's some iffy stuff. But basically she gets captured by S.H.I.E.L.D. on some trumped up charges, and they interrogate her using interrogation techniques.
Yeah.
And through that she becomes stuck as She-Hulk. And this is like early 80s, okay?
Yeah.
So maybe like 8-10 years after she's been introduced. And she has regained the ability to change back and forth, but for a long time in the comics, she couldn't. And the graphic novel actually touches on how great it is that she can't, and how she actually kind of embraces the fact that I'm She-Hulk all the time now.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do about that. But you know what? I like being She-Hulk. I'm still Jen, but honestly, I like being 6'8" and green and having these
strong. Yeah.
I like being, just the every man's fantasy. I like it.
I think there are legitimate questions on that, because it's like, okay, it can, to some people it does look like you're introducing this new character and you're making them great right away, and I'm like, again, that's the point.
Because her
She
journey is going to
cocky
be
and arrogant,
yes,
and
she's going to be more
look,
about
I get it. That is a trope that is in the MCU. Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, those two are very similar, and Jen is a different kind of arrogant than those guys. But the cocky asshole has been used quite a bit in the MCU, so I could see people.
I don't really
having
look at her as
criticisms.
a cocky asshole, though. I look at her as
she's
honestly
she's
a woman
just cocky.
who knows what it takes to be a successful woman in our society.
Yes,
and that
but,
means not taking shit.
But the reason I say that she's cocky and arrogant is how she treated Bruce, in a sense of like, he was trying to train her, and she was taking it as, I'm just fucking around with my cousin.
Actually, maybe she was taking it as he was trying to mansplain to her, and she was like, "Go fuck yourself."
Oh my god, don't do that.
Really?
Don't fucking do that.
Why not? Why
don't,
can't?
Don't be the like.
Isn't the
don't
speech?
try to out fucking lib me.
Isn't the speech? I'm not truly, but isn't the speech that she gave indicative of the fact that she was kind of like, "Stop trying to fucking tell me this. I am one, and I know how to do it."
No, I think
you don't.
No, I read it as, I don't care.
I was definitely not trying to show
but
my
this-
SJW card, by the way. I was just just looking at it from a different perspective.
I disagree. I think the arc, or what they're trying to do with her is say that like she doesn't care.
I disagree. I do think you were trying to outlive me, you fuck.
Yeah, you fuck. No, what I'm saying is the reason she comes off a little cocky or arrogant is, you could look at it as that is just how society thinks of a woman that speaks her mind and tries to do things. You could say that. I think that's valid. But what I was interpreting it as was that she didn't really train with him, and she didn't really care. And she was showing off to be like, I don't need you to teach me this because I don't fucking care about being a Hulk. I just want to be a lawyer.
If you look
and
at it,
that's why they fight, because she's like, I got to go back to work.
Perfect. But here's the thing. If you look at it without gender involved, okay?
I feel like that's looking at it without gender.
You are. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at it without gender involved, it's absolutely somebody who should take advice from somebody who's been there.
Right. Trying to help
and is
them.
saying to this person who is offering an olive branch, go fuck yourself. If you look at it without gender, that's exactly what's going on. So, yes, you can say that. But, again, I mean, it just sucks that in our society that women who are strong are often referred to as cocky or arrogant or difficult. And you know what, dude?
They'll
Have
throw.
you ever,
They'll even
have
throw
you ever
the B
seen
word
a
in
white
there.
man be difficult, man? Because those guys are bitchy,
We'll
man.
get- we'll
An
get-
old white dude.
I still want to keep talking about She-Hulk, but we'll
Wait a
get,
second, I can't get my discount here at the Fleming Steakhouse. Let me see your manager.
I still want to talk
Yeah,
more about it. But
Let's elect them.
believe
president.
me, there's some really interesting takes on
Yeah.
this show coming from losers.
Oh God.
Later, we're gonna keep talking about this. show.
Interesting. Read it interesting as bullshit
Overall,
and misinformed.
overall, what did you think of the episode?
I fucking.
As someone who's a rock hard, die hard
I
She-Hulk guy.
rock hard.
Hey, I'll tell you this right now. I think everybody on the internet is realizing something, and something they already knew, because She-Hulk has always been this kind of character.
Mm.
But I didn't think you could make Tatiana Maslany hotter or more attractive, whatever you want to say, until she became a 6'8" green woman. And I was like,
Do you remember
how
the-
did this happen?
Do you remember the idiots who were like killing themselves because they couldn't go to Pandora when Avatar came out? I'm really worried about some real creepy basement dwelling incels doing some
looking
stuff.
for green women?
You know?
No.
I don't know, man.
Man.
It's pretty realistic shit.
I'm just saying,
I'll say this.
This
and-
okay, it reminds me of like Resident Evil Village. When that came out, there's this vampire lady that's like 8 feet tall, and she had big boobs.
I know
and everybody's like,
exactly.
"Step on me," thirsty for this chick. Step on me is just a thing kids say nowadays.
I guess. Sure.
Not me, but I don't say that.
I don't say it.
Well, I do because
Well,
I'm cool.
Not on the air.
No, but they're like super horny for this chick, and again, I am not surprised that in an athletically built 6'8" women, there's so many people
I'm gonna
horny
have to say.
posting.
I'm gonna have to say something.
And CG looks that good.
You
by the
got
way.
it. You gotta not step on this because this is embarrassing.
Well, we've already had.
When
this.
I
I don't want to talk about this because we've already talked about it. We've already talked.
Have I talked about it on the air?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I got nothing to say then.
I don't want to. I'm embarrassed for you.
Why?
I don't want to hear this story.
I came of age when I was going through
You
puberty.
came all right. You're mad because you don't know how to respond to that.
No, I'm mad because I'm actually trying to make like a difficult conversation easy for myself. I know you say that I've talked, but I haven't talked about this.
Oh God. Okay.
No, just calm down.
I
It's not
just
going to be
don't
a
want-
weird and all fucked up. Around 11, 12, 13, I started going, obviously around those times was the times I started noticing and women and started finding, dad's stash of, Playboys and penthouses and shit. And all that stuff. And I obviously, like we all did, don't fucking act like you didn't. We all learned how to play with ourselves and go, oh, that's great. And there were a lot of us who kind of went overboard on it. But the point is that before there have been times when I was younger that I didn't have any pornographic materials to go after. Okay.
Yeah.
Once I had to use like a good housekeeping. I've had to do that before. I think we all have.
What is this, Step Brothers?
Look, you use what you got.
And
And
you jerk off to the tables and chairs?
What?
Good housekeeping.
no, there's ads with lady.
Like bra and
I'm
panties.
not gonna get into
oh,
that.
I get it. They sell lingerie and stuff. Gotcha.
Anyway,
Hey,
there were
hey,
a couple
hey,
times
we've all
that
jerked off to the
there were a
SI
couple
swimsuit.
times that She-Hulk
Swimsuit.
got me in the mood. Okay, when I was 13, and I'm not going to be shy about saying it. It's not the reason why I'm a huge fan of hers. It isn't, but it is. Stop laughing, dude. I know you think this is a joke. This is not a joke. Okay, this is like very formative for me. Okay. And yeah, for a long time I was embarrassed about it because, like, dude, you literally like became a man to a fictional comic book character. Like, that's creepy and fucking weird. And I'm like, you know what? Quit kink shaming me, motherfucker. First of all, second of all, I'm going through puberty. I was gonna whack it about 7 times a day, whether I had material or not. It just happened to be the material I had was a fucking comic book. And third, I am who I am. You know. And I'm not going to be embarrassed about things that I did when I was younger because you know what? I didn't know any better at that time. So, whatever. The point is, She-Hulk is great. The first episode was great.
That might be the funniest fucking thing you've ever done on this podcast. Jesus Christ. Oh, shit.
Have you ever heard of the word segue, Tyler? We're still laughing about it, but
We had to stop.
because it's just a bad segue, it really is. But no, it really is. But if you there's a book that you can go get. It's from Marvel and it's called Breaking the Fourth Wall, and it's basically got the first. I think he did the first 8 episodes of the series, and then there's 3 other issues. Did I say episodes? Issues in the book that were done by another team, so they're not as good. But the first 8 issues are fantastic. There's a sequence where she is trying to save these people who are stuck in a TV with her, and she breaks through the
fourth
comic
wall.
book page, and she runs across. For those of you who don't know and didn't read comic books, back in the day, they had these American comic book companies, and in the middle of the book where the staples were, you saw they basically had price lists for all back issues of all types, all of them, everything. And if you read through the back issue thing that John Byrne made up, it's really funny because like you see X-Men, and it's like X-Men #1. Price, you can't afford it, you fucking nerd. Price #2, keep dreaming, pal. It was just really funny.
Yeah.
But she tears through the comic book page and runs them across this price guide. And at one point, there's an older couple with them, and the guy is holding his shin, and the wife is going, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I think I just I think I just nailed my shin on the staple." But it's a fantastic writing, fantastic art.
I'm actually glad they
skewers comics in the best way possible.
I'm glad they didn't do it very much in this episode. I'm glad
the fourth wall breaking was, I think you're right, was perfect.
Daredevil beating her to the screen, I think, hurt her because technically she was first.
Lawyer show
Of doing
that
the
was
fourth
my favorite
wall.
part. Okay, lawyer show.
Yeah, but no, and I thought that was a creative way to do the origin of having her being like, okay, look, so I know she mentioned the Hulk thing. You don't know about that yet. And then, yeah, they're having the whole thing. So this takes place after Shang-Chi. We know that because he's wearing the bracelet that he wore in the post-credits of Shang-Chi, which also adds up to why Wong is going to be there, because that means Wong is the handler for Abomination, which will be... Or...
We'll have to see what happens there.
No,
yeah.
wait, because it could still be before Shang-Chi, because then he could just say, I recreated the prototype that he made in the car that got destroyed in the car accident.
I don't know.
Either way. So we're going to get probably, or I'm guessing we're going to get more in the relationship with why Wong has Abomination with him. And
Yeah, I think we're going to learn aspects of that. I think, because the showrunner, who, by the way, in case you're wondering about street cred, she wrote the fucking Pickle Rick episode of Rick and Morty, which is just one of the classic episodes of all time. So
then it became too much of a meme.
What do you mean?
The internet ruins everything.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know what? I'm blissfully unaware of all this, so I still love that episode. Anyway,
no, it's fine.
But
I haven't watched.
she
Rick
did come
Morty
out
in
and
forever.
say, me neither. She did come out and say that it took place after Shang-Chi.
Okay.
She didn't, and she said by episode 2, I can't remember if it's 2 or 4. In the interview, she said by whatever episode,
You'll know
more closely where exactly it is on the timeline.
Yeah, okay.
Which is when I'm assuming this next episode we'll probably start seeing Wong and Abomination.
Which
and all
is
that
interesting because I think this is this series that's going to start making the MCU tie back together. And it's also kind of hilarious that it's a comedy show that they're making fun of themselves while doing it.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be it's gonna be the ambush bug of the MCU, which is great. And any of you don't know who ambush bug is in the DC universe, shame on you. Go look it up.
I think it's a good start. I really enjoy this episode. I think, and I was talking to you about this, I didn't realize how much I missed Ruffalo's Hulk until this show.
And that end fight was really fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And it was fun because
you knew they weren't
going
to hurt each other.
If anybody wants to complain about that fight, clearly the Hulk is holding back. I think it's been said in the comics that he is still stronger than her.
Yes, very much so.
So I think everybody needs to, first of all, who cares? Second of all, shut the fuck up. Because
we were talking about the boulder.
And this is why I said the thing where I had to stop you, because you're going through all this scientific explanation between it. I'm like, why are you bothering? It's fucking comic book science.
I know.
But no, because, and again, I could see how people could view it as they're building her up and kind of standing on his shoulders instead of having him take her,
I get that
her.
too.
And I can see that, but again,
sure.
still more,
But
still
let's-
comic accurate to who she is.
Going
and
back
it's
to
still
the-
the first fucking episode. Let's watch more of this show.
Right. And going back to like the boulder we talked about off the air, how you were like he threw the other one out of the
Out of the
atmosphere.
orbit.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing: in the previews, all they showed was him throwing one and her throwing one farther. So you
That
know
was the first one, and
you
then
know these fucking cucks and
Yes.
chuds. That's all they fucking saw. They didn't watch the goddamn episode, and they were
Yeah.
freaking out because God forbid a woman's better than you at anything.
Mm.
Oh my dear God!
Yeah, we'll get into that right now.
I've
probably.
never been upset when a woman is better than me at something.
No.
Unless it's like attracting other women. Because then it's like, well, and I wouldn't be upset. I'd just be like, hey, how do you do it?
It's not fair. Women are just prettier than men. It's not
true.
fair.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
It's just facts.
It's just I thought you were just saying I was just fat. You're just fat.
really me.
You're just a fat turd, Tyler.
Chubby old me calling you fat would be rich. Chubby old me.
I could say a really bad misogynistic joke that I won't.
Because you're not that. Tyler, guess what time it is? It's time for the Grift Report. Our new segment,
Sweet.
the Grift Report. So if you're wondering what the Grift Report is, it's a new segment that we're doing.
It's fucking clown shoes is what it is.
These people are. So if you've seen our YouTube channel, you've seen that, and on this show itself, we've done a couple segments where we've talked
just love
about
the music. I'm sorry. Keep
these
going.
people who are shitty people. Any way you slice it, if you look at it, they are grifters, which I feel like some of them are. I feel like
They absolutely are.
the guys that we're talking about today, I don't necessarily think they are grifters. But either
about-
way,
yeah.
if you're grifting and you're lying, you're still making money off being a shitbag.
We talked about
And
this out there.
spreading hate.
Yes.
And look,
Yeah.
it'd be different if they were legitimate criticisms. If there were legitimate criticisms, that would be something else.
But these are all born out of misogyny and bigotry
Yes.
and honestly just being a shitty human being. And we talked about this off the air. You can't have it both ways. Because I've heard some of these fuckers say like, oh, well, that's an act. I do that as an act, right? Isn't that what Alex Jones tried to say to get out of... Not that I'm comparing any of you fuckers to Alex Jones.
no, you should, because they've had him on their
Oh,
podcast.
really?
before,
Well,
so.
fuck you guys. Anyway, but we talked about Alex Jones trying to say when he was in deep shit for the false flag stuff with the school shooting, and he's still getting fucked, by the way. Check it out on Google. It's awesome. Because he just digs his own hole. But he tried to say that that was an act, that was not him. His wife came on the stand and said, no, he's actually a piece of shit. And that's the thing about these guys. I've heard some of these guys, I can't say which ones, but I know some of them try to use the whole it's an act to explain away how they're not really reprehensible and awful human beings. However, if you are a decent human being who is willing to sell your soul at the expense of the human community on the altar of almighty green dollar, then you are a reprehensible human being no matter how you act off air because you're willing to do it on the air. Or you are actually a shithead and this is actually what you believe, which means you're a reprehensible human being.
All right. Anyway, so let's.
Why can't you let the audience say, all right, all right?
Because we got a lot to talk about.
3 seconds. It's like hanging.
3 seconds?
It's
Are you kidding me?
That was the
Mr.
3
Ranty
seconds.
McRamble over here is telling me that was 3 seconds.
You started stepping on me 3 seconds before I was done is what I'm saying. This happened to me last week at the state fair. God damn it.
God,
I'm 3 seconds away from finishing the
you-
fucking story. Not you, but I'm 3 seconds away from finishing the fucking story. And can you not talk while we're off the air so that we can actually figure out what we're going to do next segment?
All right, so
You know what?
in today's Grift Report, we're obviously still talking about She-Hulk and the response it's gotten. I want to prove a point because we've got some real heavy hitters.
Whenever Tyler's freaking out about notwithstanding,
We got-
we're talking about something here.
We got heel versus babyface. Good white people in the Batman Canal, RK Outpost, and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Now, before we get started, I want to prove a point. I went to Ryan's channel, particularly RK Outpost, and I just typed in She-Hulk on the channel to search.
Wow.
I'm looking at 1,
Uh-huh.
2,
Uh-huh.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Didn't it just come out on
9,
Thursday?
10, hold on, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in the past 2 years. Well, 2 years. Past 2 months, there's been 14 episodes, and I'm not even looking farther back to like 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. But 15 videos in the last 2 weeks.
It sounds like
just-
Ryan has a similar story to me about coming of age, but he doesn't want to admit it.
Wait, 1,
clearly
2,
fascinated
3,
with her.
4 in a row. Or yeah, because he had one 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and one yesterday. Probably will have one recording on Saturday. Probably have one up on Sunday.
He's probably live
So
right now.
he's consistently posting about her, and it's funny because this clip that I have of him is when you hear the clip, you'll laugh even harder because nobody seems to give a bigger of a fuck about this show than him, who's dedicated this much to just. And
try and
some of the
review bomb it
thumbnails
and
aren't even
shit.
changed, and it's
Yeah.
all the same shit. Men bad. That's all they got. So here we've got 4 clips. Now the first clip, heel versus babyface, is
Wait, 4 just from him or 4 total?
4 in total.
Okay.
2 from heel versus babyface, 1 from our Capos, 1 from Geeks and Gamers.
Okay.
So first one from heel versus babyface. He is mad.
Heel versus babyface?
Yes, it's a wrestling reference.
Okay.
Because the bad guy's the heel, babyface is the good guy.
Gotcha.
Excuse
That's
me.
a long stretch for you guys. I don't know why. Okay.
Man, we could do a whole special episode trying to explain wrestling terminology to you because
No.
it's weird.
get-
On the outside, it's weird.
I'm
Anyway.
saying, why are they talking about comic books?
I don't know.
Okay.
Excuse me.
At least we use panel in our title.
Anyway, he's pissed because the first clip is also like the second scene of the show in the car. She talks about Captain America's virginity. Heel versus babyface was upset about this.
Why? Okay.
Because he was virginity
Let's
shaming
hear it.
him. She was shaming him.
And Jennifer Walters is virgin shaming Captain America because nothing says current MCU than trying in some way to dismantle, to diminish, to embarrass the people who actually have allowed these shows to be made. But this is another example of why the MCU phase ball has been an unmitigated failure because all it's done is set up obnoxious cow after obnoxious cow after obnoxious cow at the expense of the people whose shows it should be.
What a fuck.
In the case of Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, to try and elevate them above their male counterparts who actually for 10 years ran the show
Sorry, it's a little long. It's under a
pretty
minute.
amazingly, to be perfectly honest with you, by dragging them down to their level of patheticness.
So he bitches and moans because all of these characters have female leads in them. Not even necessarily leads. In the case of Moon Knight, she's a co-lead, I guess.
Right,
is what
and
I should say.
also,
and these are the same people that bitched and moaned about Hawkeye being a bait and switch and it being about Kate Bishop when it was always about her. It was always about Clint giving up being Hawkeye because he's a normal dude. And a normal dude who does that for 12
also,
years
up until the Hawkeye
is going to be fucked up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, you were saying...
Oh, up until the Hawkeye series, you fucking hated Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye anyway. Shut the fuck up. No, what I was saying is that, way to just... Dude, I mean, I was happy to let that one play out because, man, that guy's just hanging himself. He's literally... He's outing himself as a misogynistic piece of shit.
This motherfucker...
Obnoxious cow?
Listen to this. This motherfucker did...
You know how hard these ladies work out to be in these movies? Because they're not cows.
When Prey came out, some dude tweeted, "I'm so sick of this bullshit, fake criticism. Woman is woke." You know, pretty much calling all these guys out, saying like anything that's minorities or women, it's
you
woke
have a problem
and
with,
stupid, whatever. This stupid motherfucker did a 25-minute video, claiming he had receipts and what he was doing, and they all love to revert to this, is the not so gay agenda from Disney. They said it. They're putting gay shit in the movies and stuff. Yeah, so they can open up a doorway of a conversation between a parent and a kid if they're in a straight couple to be like, yes, there are sometimes that there's families where there's a mommy and a mommy, and that's just the way it is. There are people in this world that we call gay that happen to be of the same gender or same. whatever the case may be. Like it's just a simple.
This
thing
is
to
teaching kids how to be respectful to
Right.
other human
It's
beings
just them
and
to
be
say,
good
like,
human beings.
This is a normal thing you see in every day. So that's what I mean. These guys try to pull receipts like that, and like.
Isn't that weird how these guys are really concerned about kids?
They also were talking about the CGI of She-Hulk, and listen, this is beautiful.
We had a criticism too.
No. It's not even that.
Oh.
The question that they pull from was directed at the criticism that she wasn't bulky, like she wasn't a little bit bigger, like muscular wise.
She does look.
Listen,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
because I know you immediately want to defend the show, and I'm trying to get to the part of what I'm saying.
Okay.
And the creators said that is just the problem with her being bulkier. We looked at more of Olympian athletes in that design. She said that's the problem with the having female people having ownership over females' bodies. Like that's what she was saying. But then they say, well, she says if you criticize the CGI, you're misogynistic and you're sexist. She didn't say that. She never said that. I'm sorry I keep cutting you off because I just.
No, yeah. I was saying that like she does when she gets bigger, when she becomes She-Hulk, she does become noticeably like more like bigger in the arms, like as far as muscular.
She looks athletic. She doesn't. She's not a big.
I'm sure that Tatiana Maslany probably worked her ass off just like every other one in those men and women. You fuckers. And when she probably is doing, I'm willing to bet the mocap suit is probably skin tight. Like when we saw Josh Brolin and all those. So they probably just enhanced the musculature she already had from working out for the show.
Yeah. And
just kind of made it a little more.
So
like an Olympic, like FloJo, that runner.
Yeah.
That Olympic runner.
I think it's smart to have her have a more athletic build. I think it makes sense.
That's the way she is in the comics, guys.
And I'm saying she made a lot of dudes thirsty.
It's not comic accurate. Also, my accent is fake. I live in Ohio.
Next clip. Jesus. So before the show came out,
he does. He lives in fucking Ohio.
No, he doesn't. He lives in England.
I'd like to see receipts, motherfucker.
What, bitch? You don't buy my
I'd
accent.
like to see the receipt for your last month's rent, you fucking wanker.
So here's clip number 2. Leading up to the show, there was a marketing campaign where there's a She-Hulk profile on Tinder. And if you swipe right, then it's a ad for the show being like, this isn't real, but you can have a date, come and watch it with it, It has a link to get Disney Plus.
My dumbass would have swiped
Heel
right.
versus Babyface did not find that as silly marketing and was upset by it.
The reason why they
he thought he was going to get
the Tinder profile up is because She-Hulk's going to be a whore in the show.
Wow.
She's going to use Tinder to try and find dudes
fucking
to bang.
kidding me?
Hold on. He does say that's a bit harsh. I did cut that part out. I did some editing to this to make it under a minute.
No, dude. No, you said it. It doesn't matter if you thought it was a bit harsh. Go ahead.
Then they create a fake Tinder profile as advertising because in the show she's going to use some sort of swipe left, swipe right app to match with dudes. And then we're going to get the comedy. Oh, my God. Think of the fucking comedy!
Yeah.
Of her going out on dates. And then we've already seen in the trailer.
You clearly haven't had one in a long time.
Incredibly funny bit where the guy goes, hey, do you want to split
this
some
part
fries?
And listen to how vindictive this fucker is.
Oh my God. I fucking pissed out of my ass laughing.
And then he stared.
You don't even have good like swearing.
You
don't even know how to swear,
listen.
you fucking child.
Listen to me.
He clearly has shitty times on Tinder. You can tell that right away, dude. You get swept left on a lot, you fucking idiot.
Well, the man looks like a potato.
Well, fuck you, dude.
I'm sorry. We shouldn't make fun of people's looks.
You know what? He is. Fuck him.
No, he gets to be called a potato.
Fuck him. Yeah,
because he called her a cow. So
and
fuck
a whore.
Him.
And a whore.
Yeah.
Because God forbid a woman is a sexual being and not owned by a man. God for fucking bid.
And it's comic accurate. You fucking because there's a panel in Dan Slott's run where she has had sex with Tony Stark
and
says,
Juggernaut. Not the same time, but another time.
And she says, "Why is it cool when you do it and you're a player? I do it. I'm a skank." So that character has always had to deal with the fact that she's sexually active, and the show is going to deal with the fact that people want to fuck She-Hulk because she's hot.
Yes. And also, you know what? Here's the other thing that is also
She's a whore because
here's
she's sexually active.
right. What the fuck, dude? How fucking 13th century are you, dude?
Oh, I forgot to
What
mention.
the hell?
I forgot to mention in that 25-minute video of him bitching about some dude.
Dude, when he
tweeting.
freaked out, like I
Well,
was
it was like that level at the end of the video when he's talking about because they really love to rag on Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
yeah, well, who cares?
And they
about
said that we want the show to reflect the world that surrounds you. He pulled up a statistic of England being like 87% white or something like that. He's like, this is what it is here. This is what it is. And it's like, oh, you want more white people in the show because
You're outing yourself, dude.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you're not that smart. You're not nearly as smart as
I
you think.
think I'm smart because I'm British.
Also, I think people pee out of their assholes for some reason. Sorry.
Oh, well, he laughed so hard
I
he peed out of his
my
ass.
arsehole.
No, then after he said that, he stared into the camera for like 15 seconds. Like, and then again, that
As
moment.
if to make the point that he's being sarcastic.
Right.
Because we couldn't tell.
And then he goes, no, the video's not broken. I just stared 1,000 miles into the camera. And it's like, bro, you're not cool at all. You are not cool. You are a middle-aged man.
Yeah,
Bitching
bitching
and moaning about a Tinder
What's his name?
profile.
What's his name?
Heel versus Babyface. Or Az is his name.
Okay,
AG.
Az, I'm gonna go ahead and make this real fucking easy for you, you jackass incel fuck.
Jeez.
No, fuck this guy, dude.
No, I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Get
No, I
him,
gotcha.
get him. I'm
Yeah,
hyping you
you
up. Yeah, yeah.
hyena, yeah. Okay.
You hyena.
No, but here's the thing. Let's think about this.
We still got too close.
Az doesn't get a lot of dates. I know, but Az doesn't get a lot of dates, and we know this. We know this from how he acts, and he's outing himself as a fucking incel piece of shit.
Think of the comedy.
Oh my god. But here's the thing, if you suddenly got superpowers and were like 6'8" all of a sudden and really good looking and green and muscular and shit, you would do the same fucking thing, asshole.
Jesus.
Sorry, did I
Don't
get
do
too
what
loud?
he did.
I'm sorry.
The
But
comedy.
you would, dude. You would do the same fucking thing.
You're popping.
Same thing.
Same thing.
He would. And he's and the fact that he's not willing to put himself in that situation, even though it's a comic book and everything, the fact that he's not willing to look at it from just because it's a female feeling that way, by no means does that mean she's a whore. Jesus Christ, guys.
So we saw the Comic-Con trailer.
Why don't we want more women to have sex? God.
Because they're not having sex with me.
Well, that's not their fault.
So
I
you're-
don't get laid
Tyler,
ever, but I'm
Tyler,
glad women are sexually active.
Tyler,
Jesus.
this is a beautiful coincidence.
Okay.
I'm looking at you. You're wearing a Daredevil shirt.
Ooh, I am.
We're going to talk about Daredevil.
Sweet.
Because Daredevil is in She-Hulk. We don't know when he's going to show up, but he is. The writer said it's going to be a lighter tone for Daredevil than you're used to seeing the Netflix show, and that pissed off Ryan. Not enough good white people in the Batman canal.
Cool.
Literally, nobody fucking wants that, you idiots. Why do you think people are excited to see Daredevil? Because of the Netflix Daredevil. That's the Daredevil they want to see. They don't want you to bring him into this
Netflix
series
shill
so he can be a
fuck.
completely different person. But
Netflix
we
and
all
shill.
knew
How much
this
does
is
Netflix
what
pay
would
you,
happen in the
bitch?
MCU.
We knew
They're
it.
using this character and his reveal, his
say
in-costume reveal, in a show no one cares about to get people excited about a show that no one cares about. Then they're going to cuck him. They're going to do the
They're
exact
gonna
same
cuck
thing
him?
when he has his
does
own
that even
series. We all knew this would happen. And now the head writer for She-Hulk has confirmed
Also, again, nobody cares, but Ryan has more videos than anybody else out there talking about She-Hulk.
Right.
exactly that. She-Hulk can't just be a disaster on its own. It also has to destroy other characters like Daredevil
Calm the fuck
in the
down,
process.
dude.
This
Jesus.
is the new Marvel formula.
This is it. This is the new Marvel.
At least the other guy was like, the MCU phase boy.
I'm British.
I have writers.
I know that my joke is that he's British, but like,
Dude, because your
Dude,
accent is laughable. Even if you are British, your accent
it's
is
because he
laughable.
brings that smugness that British
Yeah,
people
fuck
have.
off,
You know
dude.
what?
Nobody
you know
likes
what?
you.
Fuck 'em. We beat him in 1776. Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck you, motherfuckers. Why don't you eat my Revolutionary War ass, motherfucker?
Jesus, you're bopping so
I'm
hard.
sorry. What am I doing wrong?
Screaming? I love you, buddy.
No, I think it's because I'm used to the mics of the station, and they're more, and you have to get close to those. You know what I mean?
You gotta suck them.
You kind of do.
All right, so fourth last.
I wanted to say something about this guy.
Ryan
how
Cano?
you and I talked about this off the air. Let's go ahead and talk about
the
couple
George
of-
Floyd joke.
Let's talk about the Daredevil moments in the Netflix series that were humorous. You fucking cum
just
stain.
Real quick, Ryan Cano is a real piece of shit
Did I call him a
because
cum stain? I did.
he was at Universal Studios standing in front of a Jeremiah Springfield statue where Jeremiah is knelt over the. I can't remember what animal it is.
It's an animal.
But he goes, "Look, it's a Derek Chauvin George Floyd memorial. Everybody." Said that on a live stream, but they deleted it because even they know how stupid it is. So if you ever think about feeling any remorse, these people are reprehensible.
Yeah, they are like this
And
off
it's
the
not
air.
even their fucking politics.
And if they aren't
It's-
like this off the air, then fuck them for being like this ever. Honestly.
It's not just because of their politics; it's because of the hate they spew. And
You're just
yeah,
you're just making the world a worse place. You're not helping anybody. That's for damn
because
sure, dude.
because
You're not. Yeah.
Let's be honest. Like I want to when people talk about this stuff, they shouldn't have a need of these guys talk about making everything political, and everything politics is downstream from culture. That cliche phrase, right?
Yeah.
But they make it more political than it is most of the time.
Oh yeah.
Because
absolutely.
they have to inject their own narratives. Like when you default to any movie that has a person of color or a woman in the lead, it's woke. Then you've eliminated so many movies.
And plus, dude,
or if you have any pro-female or pro-people of color agenda,
let's talk
you're
about
woke.
let's talk about the never woke folks, because we want to tell you something. You're not critical thinkers, because otherwise you wouldn't be never woke. But what you're admitting is that there are aspects and powers that be in our society that want us to stay quiet and asleep. And not aware of what the power that we have as a people. You're admitting that, and you're also admitting that you don't want to wake up, that you're just fine being you're also admitting that you're a sheep.
And
because you're willing to stay asleep, right?
Here's the thing. Also, they have the phrase "get woke, go broke." Dumbest fucking phrase on the internet because it's not true.
No, actually,
because
right
all of
now,
these companies go woke because that's where the money is.
Fucking virtue signaling, dog. Oh man, if I had a big old company, what's Gay Pride Month? Is it May?
Yes,
it's June.
The MCU doesn't make money, even though every movie they make at least breaks even every time.
Oh, dude, if I was a shitty fucking CEO of a company, every June, every goddamn product we put out has a goddamn fucking rainbow flag on it.
Geeks and Gamers released his
right?
Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers released his take.
This fantastic shit for brains.
Yeah, on She-Hulk. I'm just gonna pull up the video itself because it is just unbelievable title.
There was nothing humorous ever in the Netflix Daredevil series. All 3 seasons completely serious every moment.
Yeah, because there's a scene when they first meet Karen when he rolls up, Matt Murdock rolls up his sleeve to check his watch, and
he can't see his watch.
He can't see his watch. He's blind. Obviously, I'm sorry. There's an ad playing. I'm trying to.
It's fine.
Shut it off. Okay, so the title of this where I got this clip, this video, is She-Hulk Episode 1. Men are bad. Women are the bestest. MCU goes full Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh, God.
Motherfucker pulled out Ghostbusters 2016.
Why? That was a shitty movie because it was a shitty movie. It had nothing to do with the fact that it was women instead of men.
So with that,
it was a shitty movie.
With that amazing title, you have to.
It just wasn't good.
You just have to listen to his take.
This is what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is, a political propaganda machine. This isn't just for Marvel, though. This
not
is
just
every
Marvel.
You're not
aspect of entertainment that has a pre-existing fan base. Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, anything that has a pre-existing fan base, they're going to go after. They're going to target that because they have to have.
They're trying to get a new
because they
fan
can't
base.
create
We
from
better
the
get
ground
some
up.
guns.
So it's about hijacking a pre-existing fan base. It's about telling that fan base when they criticize it that they're just a bunch of angry, sexist, and racist men
that's not what they're
who
saying.
need to get out of their
We
basement
get
You
who
are.
hate women. We're seeing the narrative so many times,
No,
but
because that's
She-Hulk
what you
is
said.
a glaring example of man-hating feminist agendas pushed into comic book universe films and shows.
Yes.
So wait a second. So he spent all this time talking about how he's not, and because they're hijacking this stuff to make him feel bad for being a normal guy.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and totally fucking unveils his "I'm a misogynistic bigot" card by saying that this is a man-hating.
Yeah.
Dude, do you listen to yourself?
They don't.
Because you're a fucking moron, dude. I mean, you literally just outed yourself.
Yeah.
This is what they do,
They go.
apparently.
They don't realize that they go mask off.
And the fuck faces who watch them all the time. By the way,
Yeah.
I do want to address what we talked about earlier because we are going to get this.
What?
Is this the sea chasing?
The clout chasing?
Yeah, we are going to get something from somebody about this crap because
I
we're
don't
talking
care. I
about
don't
these
care.
guys. No, but I want to address it because
I don't make money.
you
off this shit.
fucking douchebags. A, we don't make money.
No,
and
this
even
is
if we
something
did
do
make
on the side.
and yeah, even if we made money, we wouldn't change it to fucking
No.
get more clicks. And you pieces of shit hacked so many fucking algorithms on YouTube and shit that we have no choice but to talk about you fuckers. We want to because we want to take you down. You're reprehensible human beings. But we have no choice but to fucking talk about you guys just so we can get seen.
Because the Discord. Because
If we didn't have to talk about these guys, would we?
No.
Hell no. You guys suck.
the algorithm.
You're children.
Oh god.
Yeah, let's hear that.
And add on my soundboard.
That's fucking great.
Confidence. I don't know what that was, but that has been the Griff Report for this week. I'm sure I'm gonna try and see if these guys can make something outside of She-Hulk content.
Right? Because we're already done talking about She-Hulk. You guys got to move on
From
so
now,
we can make
from
fun
now
of
on,
you
the
now.
only time we're talking about that show is talking about the show itself.
Right.
I'm not concerned with that.
Now we might have to wait a couple weeks for another Grifter report because you guys are just hung up on She-Hulk.
Well,
for-
we could really go into the fucking what do you want to go down the rabbit hole of? Them always bitching about Star Wars, or them always bitching about Lord of the Rings, or them always bitching about DC, or them always bitching because it's always something. They're not. This is the thing. You can call them grifters. You can call them anti-SJWs.
Sure.
There's a YouTube channel.
Dick
I like.
faces.
There's a YouTube channel I like called Actual Fandom. He calls them anti-fans. That's what they are. They're anti-fan. They don't care what it is. They pretend to like it, and then, or maybe they did like it, but now they're like, I gotta turn a profit. A guy that we will talk about at some point, Nerdrotic, who we'll I'll have to get you a clip of him at some point. But we've talked about him. If you go, there's another YouTube video I was watching called Organized Chaos where he kind of talks about these guys. He compared his Thor Ragnarok review versus his Thor Love and Thunder review. And if you go back and watch the Thor Ragnarok review, it's a very excited conversation, normal conversation, and then you go to Love and Thunder and it's this right-wing bullshit. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I say this because
his
these
pocketbook got bigger in those 2 years.
Yeah.
3 years,
These
whatever.
guys are unabashedly Trump supporters. They're unabashedly right-wingers. And they're on its face, I don't really fucking care about that. But when they are on their channels promoting Don't Say Gay fucking Ron DeSantis and putting on Alex Jones on their shows, then it's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to talk about it. And
Then you're actively trying Then you're actively trying to destroy the human race.
Exactly.
You literally are. You're trying you're trying to foment chaos. Fuck Antifa, which you don't even know what that means anyway.
You know what they're not?
It's you.
You know what they're not? You know what they're not?
Tiki Watiti.
They're not Tiki Watiti.
They'll never be Tiki.
All right,
Watiti.
going from She-Hulk to He-Hulk.
They all use Tiki torches, though. I've heard.
That's true. We're going from She-Hulk to He-Hulk, and here's
He-Hulk.
There's some. You know what? If we wanted to, you could put it in the rumor mill, but we don't have the
We can
sounder
put it
for
in
that yet.
Oh, okay.
Rumor mill.
Oh, my finger. Shit.
It's a rumor mill.
Where's the personal protective gear?
Hey, we're in a rumor mill. Why did that turn into a cereal jingle?
Hey, we're in a rumor mill. Everybody knows what our fingers are. What?
Where our fingers are?
Yeah.
In my
Well,
butt?
I don't. They're in the
So
stall.
anyway, let's talk about Hulk himself.
Yeah.
So there's a document that might be leaning towards Hulk making his MCU return.
Which is kind of funny because he's.
This is from.
We've talked about this before.
I can't remember what
while
the
you're looking
article
up,
is from,
we've talked about this
I
before.
think this is from the Direct.
Okay. But just to explain to the audience, I think you probably already know, but the reason why there's never there hasn't been a solo.
It's
there. Never mind. He's going to tell the whole thing. I didn't know if you were just going to say so.
No,
yeah, if it's in the article, go for it.
So Universal Studios has agreed to distribute Marvel's film The Incredible Hulk and sequels on essentially the same terms as those of which Paramount had agreed to distribute the other films that proceeded under
Don't
the film
forget,
facility.
when Avengers came out, Paramount had to get on board so they could afford it. Remember that.
Well, yeah,
they didn't have the money that they have now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or whatever.
Disney didn't acquire Marvel Studios until
Right.
after the first Avengers.
That's why they had to have Paramount come on
Yeah.
board to help
Right, and
finance
Paramount
the
helped
fucking.
make
It was
Thor and Iron
yeah.
Man and Captain America.
Oh yeah, because they needed the
Yeah.
Universal just happened to be the one that was
so
for the Hulk.
the reason that's interesting. So the distribution term, Paramount shall have had the right to exercise its Paramount distribution rights with respect to each picture for its initial period of 15 years, commencing on the initial theatrical exhibition of such picture, the initial distribution term. So the reason that's interesting is they're thinking that Universal has a similar deal to what Paramount did, because Universal's the only one that made the Incredible Hulk.
Yep.
Because they did Hulk in 2003, so they had those rights.
Yep.
And that was 15 years ago, because Incredible Hulk was 15 years ago in June 2008. So now it might be June 2023 that Hulk returns to Marvel Studios by himself. And again, the only reason they bring that up is because it's a very similar deal to what Paramount had, as I told you, 15 years of those rights. So we could possibly see Mark Ruffalo get a solo Hulk movie.
Well, we have. I have seen rumors online
The
about
World War
a World War Hulk movie, and here's what's
Ruffalo
interesting.
said he's in. They asked him on the
in
red
case,
carpet.
he's anytime they ask me, I'm in. But hey, in case a lot of you forgot, because you were going nuts over the virgin shaming. But the thing that caused them to get into an accident was a Sakaran
Wait, no, we're
courier ship.
Tyler, we're live.
Oh, we already. Oh shit.
What are you talking about?
I wanted to make sure that you had a good, nice, clean clip. 3, 2,
No.
1.
So, Tyler,
Are you speeding?
I don't know if
Okay, here we go. 3,
I'll be honest.
2, 1.
Shut up. I don't. I don't know if I want World War Hulk. I know that they're trying to go because
Didn't they already pretty much do it with?
no. Because
I mean, obviously they didn't use. They used aspects of.
Ragnarok was Planet Hulk, pretty much.
Oh, right. World War Hulk is different.
Yeah, Ragnarok took a lot from Planet Hulk.
World War Hulk is when basically the
He
entire
come-
world gets sick of the Hulk and tries to shoot him away.
No. Planet Hulk is they shoot him into. He goes in Sakaar.
Oh.
World War Hulk is he comes back and decides that he's going to beat the fuck out of everybody because he's pissed, which is awesome because he lands on the moon where Black Bolt is, in Humans, and he goes, Black Bolt's like whispering and he's like, I don't want to hear you whisper, I want to hear you scream.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck yeah, I love it. I would like to see. Look, I don't really like Smart Hulk that much. I think he's okay. I think he's fine. No.
Just say it.
No, I like.
I fucking hate him.
No, I take that back because his arc makes sense. I like Smart Hulk.
Well, hey, I just
wanted to
it
see
doesn't
him
last
beat, I just
forever.
want to see him beat people up.
It doesn't last forever in the comics either.
No, I can imagine.
So you know
him-
what I mean? Like
maybe this is how they do World War
there's
Hulk.
comic book fucking precedents for him reverting from Smart Hulk to. I almost brought that Hulk Smastronaut issue 1 so you could see how fucking crazy it is.
I go back and forth with Smart Hulk. I think that I like it in terms of narratively, like it makes sense for him to merge them.
Some of the better comic books I read.
I also like the idea of them playing with the idea that he has DID.
Yeah,
and because they have that in the comics
Yep.
and that whole thing. So anyway, I think that's exciting if that's true. That I think it's only a matter of time because Universal really wasn't doing anything with him anyway. And I think they were just
they aren't. Yeah, and the only reason Marvel wasn't doing anything because they didn't want to give Universal any money.
Because they don't have. They only give. No, they do give. It's similar to the Sony deal where Universal gets a chunk of it.
Yeah,
but
until the contract's
and
up,
Universal's like, we'll just take money off the Marvel shit. I don't care.
If until the contract is up, if that's the case, until the contract's up, anytime. If Marvel said, "Hey, we're going to do an Incredible Hulk solo movie," then
they have to pay Universal.
Gets a chunk of that, and Marvel doesn't want them to have anything.
Yeah,
you
don't believe me?
If they could cut Sony out, they fucking would, dude.
Look what they did to the X-Men.
But they can't. Sony was smart enough to go, "No, we're going to hold on."
Look what they did to the X-Men in the comics when they were like, "Well, fuck you, Fox," before they bought them.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So exciting shit. So now we're going to move to DC.
Oh, do we have to?
Yes, we are because. This takes some real balls. So, I saw an article saying that Shazam is not in Black Adam. I've also seen that Shazam is not going to show up in the after credits of Shazam: Fear of the Gods.
Or rather, Black Adam and Shazam.
What?
You're saying that neither character is
Shazam and
appearing
Black
in the other one.
Adam don't. don't run into each other.
Right, which is stupid.
But I think they could be lying. I think that there could be a Black Adam post-credit scene at the end of Fury of the Gods. I'm not going to say there isn't. We'll see. But I could also see DC being like, who fucking cares? We're going to restart this shit anyway because we'll talk about them.
That great hack, J.J. Abrams, who I love to talk about and how much he sucks. A while back, he wrote a movie and made it called Star Trek Into Darkness. And everybody and their mom was like, hey, that's Khan. And he was like, no, it isn't. No, it's not Khan.
That's fine.
No,
He doesn't want you to know the
it's
story.
not Khan.
Whatever. Anyway, so
honestly, I would have respected him a hell of a lot more if he was like, hey, yeah, we're redoing Wrath of Khan. Great. It's going to suck and fuck you, JJ.
Either way.
Wow, I really don't like him.
Yeah. Either way, there was an interview with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Because The Rock himself said this is true.
Who has a contract in every one of his movie contracts that he can't lose fights, by the way.
He can't. Which is kind of a little... I'm still interested to see Black Adam, but it sucks because The Rock has kind of worked himself into a corner where he just kind of plays The Rock and everything.
Yeah. Well, Jungle Cruise was really good, actually.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was a good summer fun family movie.
If you want to kill 2 hours, go for it.
You want to kill 2 hours? Or do you want to kill...
Anyway, this is what The Rock said. Here's his justification. Quote... When The Rock first... No, I'm just kidding.
You smelling what The Rock is cooking?
When the first draft of the movie came to us, it was a combination of Black Adam and Shazam. 2 origin stories in one movie. This is him telling Vanity Fair. Now, that was the goal, so it wasn't a complete surprise. But when I read that, I just knew in my gut, we can't make this movie like this. We would be doing Black Adam an incredible disservice. It would have been fine for Shazam having 2 origin stories converge in one movie, but not good for Black Adam. End quote. Okay. Somebody on TikTok made a great point. Somebody on TikTok said,
somebody on TikTok made a good point?
Listen, not all of them are bad. Listen to this guy whose handle I don't remember.
Not all of them are bad.
It was one of those random ones on my For You page. Anyway, he said, imagine if Willem Dafoe said this.
Yeah.
Before the first Spider-Man.
Right.
Where he's like, I just want a Goblin movie. I can understand that criticism. And I think that's a valid criticism. Because I think... Look, I'm only speaking for myself.
The Rock's going to rock. Okay?
I can only speak for myself. But Black Adam was never that big of a deal for me as a kid. Never. The first time I really ever encountered Black Adam was when I was playing the Injustice video game. And that was also my exposure to Shazam. I didn't have a lot of exposure to that either.
Shazam has really been under you. Yeah.
So Shazam and Black Adam to me are still lower rung DC characters.
They are.
They're not going to be up to the levels of Batman and Superman and the Flash and Green Lantern and all that.
DC didn't even own them until the 70s.
Right. Which is why his name was Captain Marvel.
Yes, and then they figured that shit out.
And then they're like, Marvel's like, we're Marvel, and we want a Captain Marvel.
That's actually a really interesting story that we should delve into one week.
Yeah, we should. Because, the whole thing's fascinating because the Captain Marvel.
Like how long it took for them to officially be like not more,
But I have 2 minds about it. On one side of the sorry, it keeps hitting your foot. On one side of it, I like it because it means to me that The Rock really cares about this project and he wants to take it very seriously.
Sure.
But on the same side of that, it's like, again, it's a hard sell to get most people to care about Black Adam. You and I are going to watch this because we're those.
So instead of Shazam, you're going to put a bunch of other DC heroes in there that'll make us want to see it, like Dr. Fate and Hawkman and stuff
exactly.
like that.
That's how they got you interested. That's what I mean. You can't just sell Black Adam. You have to sell Black Adam. You have to sell Black Adam fighting the JSA.
Yes.
That's the only way to sell.
To be really honest, if it was
which is cool.
If it was
I like
just
that.
a Black Adam movie, I'm renting that fucker. I'm not going to see that in the theater. Fuck that.
It's strong,
but I'm gonna because Dr. Fate is in it.
That's cool. As much of a presence that The Rock has, you cannot just rely on Black Adam.
No.
So I get a lot of people. I get people being upset about that comment because Black Adam that to most people isn't that interesting.
No, and
without Shazam or without something there.
He's an anti-hero, but he's not even a good one.
I'm still excited to see the movie just because I'm like, how the fuck are they going to do a Black Adam movie? And I'm interested to see that.
Sure. But here's my thing about it. Do you remember how long Channing Tatum was beating the fucking drum about a Gambit movie?
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
There's some serious Gambit fans out there.
Right, and those people are wrong. No, I'm serious. Gambit is a stupid character.
Give me a hard R Gambit where he's just fucking. That's what I want to see.
No, Gambit is a stupid character. He's a dumb character.
I could see.
I wear a skin tight thing under a duster that has a frame head that has a nice little thing for my hair. I'm also Cajun, and I never run out of playing cards.
Plus, I'm a little annoyed because I would love to see the guy who played Shazam fight The Rock.
Sure.
I can never say his name.
I'm just saying,
but that dude's been in a lot of stuff.
I'm just saying, like, Channing Tatum clearly does not have the fucking star power that The Rock does, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one. Number two,
excuse me.
You know, The Rock, with his money and clout and connections, can get a movie made if he wants to.
Clearly, DC is relying on him
right
to get them in a transition from to the Warner Brothers Discovery, whatever the fuck they're going to do with that. I think they're looking at The Rock to kind of guide that. Use his star power and use Shazam and Black Adam.
I would never say this to his face because he might slap the shit out of me. But Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Why Black Adam? Nobody fucking cares.
You know what? This movie's gonna be filled with
pew pew quip, pew pew quip
all over the place, and then you're gonna be like,
but that's exactly like when I every time I heard about an update on the Gambit movie and it's officially dead. Who fucking cares?
I think The Rock has a special place for Black Adam because he's been attached to this role for like 10 years. So
that's kind of on you, dude. Didn't you attach yourself? I mean. That's fine, but at some point, just, look, I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm not saying it's going to be good. And I'm definitely not saying that I'll watch a lot of stuff that The Rock's in because he is a really fun guy to watch on screen. He's a charismatic guy. Because of his, athleticism, he can do a lot of stunts himself and whatnot, and he's funny. But I really would ask you the same question that I've been asking Channing Tatum for 15 years. Who cares?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you so goddamn rock hard, pun intended, about Black Adam?
How much you want to bet Kevin Hart shows up in the post credits of Black Adam?
I want to. I'll bet.
All
Let's not forget, dude. Remember before Central Intelligence? Remember that was the movie that really cemented The Rock as a viable, leading guy.
Well,
but who was the lead in that movie? It wasn't The Rock. It was Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And so, if you think, the Rock seems like he thinks he owes Kevin Hart, he kind of does.
He's not going to show up in this movie.
No, I know.
Anyway,
but they're good friends.
More DC news. HBO Max has, and we'll talk about some other things that have come out with HBO Max here after this. But according to Deadline, HBO Max has said that these DC series are being moved along post-merger, including the second season of Peacemaker.
Sure.
The Penguin spinoff. For whatever reason, they're making that, featuring Colin Farrell. And then the new Greg Berlanti-led Green Lantern Corps. I guess I do if they fucking release this thing.
Yeah, but they're never gonna.
Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't mind seeing the Penguin one.
Still no word on other HBO Max originals, Young Justice, Harley Quinn, Titans, and Doom Patrol. So no news on those. Of those three that they're moving forward with, I obviously I'm most excited about Peacemaker because that's the only one that's been proven that's great.
Yeah, that's good.
But why Black Adam? Why Penguin? Why the fuck are we doing a Penguin show?
I mean, as fascinating as it was to watch Colin Farrell as him in The Batman,
I think
you're going to carry a show with that?
I was still on the high of The Batman where I was like, sure, I'll watch a Penguin show after that. And after that,
I'm sure I'll watch it.
The Batman is still great.
Sure.
But I love the world that Reeves built.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how they're gonna, because I think it's a prequel even, and it's like,
enough.
Or maybe it's a continuation after Falcone being murked. But I'm sorry, you can't look. As compelling as Batman's Rogues Gallery is, I think Batman has an amazing Rogues Gallery.
Yeah.
A lot of great villains. But the problem is...
Thank you, Batman 66.
But the problem is, people that try so hard to make them so interesting without Batman. And Batman is the most interesting. And it's just like when they made that fucking Gotham TV show.
Oh, yes. God.
Let's do a show about cops in Gotham before Batman shows up. Why the fuck would I want to watch that?
Let's watch a show as a young... just started on the force, Jim. What's his name?
Jim Gordon.
Jim Gordon. No, Stop it.
Stop it right now.
Stop that shit. The only part. Okay, here's one great aspect of that show.
The Joker was good. The guy who was the Joker, though, was pretty good.
I didn't make it that far. I was already turned
I've
off.
seen
I was
clips.
already tuned
I
out.
saw clips on Twitter.
I saw clips of him. Yeah, they looked neat. But the guy who played the Riddler was really good, Ed Nigma, because he was like a forensic scientist on the Gotham PD.
Yeah.
That arc was pretty cool because then the Penguin.
I look.
But again, it was still stupid because it's like, why show me Batman shit without Batman?
I never
when he
watched
finally
an
put on a
episode.
suit.
It was shitty. The suit looked terrible.
It looked like Kick-Ass. It did, except for it was black.
Well, I saw the final.
Oh, we're not going to put the bat ears on it. Well, then fuck you.
I saw the last scene of the series finale, and they showed like a full costume reveal, and I was like, that looks like shit. That might be one of the worst. But that's still probably not the worst on-screen Batman, because the Titans Batman, holy shit.
Also, let's not forget the original serials from like the 30s. Have you seen those? The guy carries a gun in a holster.
But that's my point. It's going to be really hard for me to give a fuck about Gotham without a Batman in it.
Or Penguin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all of those shows.
It's almost like you would be a studio and you would make a movie about.
Have you guys ever heard of Morbius? It's a Spider-Man movie.
God damn it, you fucking asshole! That was my joke. You fucking ruined it. It's Morbin time.
That's a Spider-Man movie
That's
without.
what I was saying. It's like imagine a studio releases a whole movie about a villain without the main hero in it that they fight.
Craven?
Venom only works because Venom could work as an anti-hero. They've done it in the comics. They've done solo stuff with him. And yes, they've had Morbius comics, but has anybody ever fucking read a Morbius
book?
book?
If you don't think that every time I watch the Venom movies, and I'm just pissed beyond belief that he
Spider-Man
doesn't have a white spider on his chest.
Oh, yeah. It's dumb.
Fuck you guys.
And it's really stupid that he gets his because the whole thing of Venom exists because of Spider-Man. Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, but we're Sony, and we're all about coulda, not shoulda.
Peacemaker's safe. We knew that. James Gunn confirmed it, so that's exciting. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't think this Green Lantern Corps show is ever gonna happen.
No,
ever.
Who's Greg Berlanti?
I don't know. I thought you might know. That's why I put the
Is
name.
it an actor or a producer?
I think it's a producer. Pretty sure it's a producer I've seen before.
It sounds like a producer.
I would not be surprised if they cancel Young Justice, Titans, or maybe I think of the originals. I think Young Justice.
Doom Patrol's the only one I've watched.
Harley Quinn and Young Justice probably have the best chance of making it, but then who knows? Because
Doom Patrol is probably
because you guys already know by now these pieces of shit at Warner Brothers Discovery, because they only fucking care about tax dollars and give a fuck less about artists. Decided to
and
take
it's so great that you own so many of these properties, you fuckers.
They took 200 episodes of Sesame Street off.
Yeah,
of
we saw
HBO
that.
Max. There's a I think it's J.G. Quintley is his name. He made a show back in the day called Regular Show on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Fucking funny show. Then he made another show that was more adult-oriented animated show called Close Enough. 3 seasons. It just got canceled. They ripped it all off the fucking site. And this is what fucking drives me insane. And I'm gonna start going back to buying physical media because this is fucking ridiculous. What you are telling creatives. Thanks for the work. Thanks for putting the blood, sweat, and tears to write this stuff, to animate this, whatever it may be. Put this effort into this.
We're just gonna bury it.
Because you and I know doing something creative takes a lot out of you because you're pouring yourself into it.
Yes.
And then to have this big megalomaniacal fucking corporation,
some dipshit in a fucking boardroom,
just throw it in a trash bin somewhere and not even think about it.
He's
because of tax write-offs.
He's some asshole in a fucking boardroom who's doing coke off a fucking hooker's tits while another hooker licks his asshole.
That being said, I'm
making these decisions.
That being said, I'm still an HBO Max subscriber.
I'm not, but only because I told you that.
Well, I'm too lazy to delete it, I think.
I just got lucky because I had to get a new card, and then I started realizing, wait, I don't need to keep these subscriptions.
And that's the thing. HBO Max was my favorite of all these streaming apps.
I'm glad I never started selling off all my DVDs.
It was the easiest it was super. I know I gotta fuck it. I'll add to my fucking Blu-ray collection.
Right.
That's partially why I did it, because I was getting pissed because the movies I wanted to see, and we were all sold this fucking lie that streaming services will have all these categories digitally there.
As long as they let us,
right?
Apparently,
unless you're,
Gee, the streaming services sound an awful lot like comic book companies until about 10 years ago.
And this is what pisses me off. This is what pisses me off. I love DC as a brand so much. I want it to be successful, but at the same time, I don't fucking care. I hope Warner Brothers Discovery goes down the tubes. I hope they get dismantled and destroyed because I'm so sick of the way they fucking treat creative people. They completely terminated a movie. This movie was in test screenings. So that means it's almost done. Batgirl, and they fucking canned it for tax money. They took 200 episodes of Sesame Street, threw it into a garbage bin somewhere. Took a huge percentage of all of their content and just threw it in the trash because that's what they call it. They call it.
I don't feel bad about letting that lapse at all.
They call it content. It's not movies. It's not shows. It's not stories. It's content.
It's
that's
not,
all it
and
will
it's
ever
certainly
be.
not somebody's heart and soul. You pieces of shit.
And this is why there needs to be a line in the sand somewhere. We have to do and I know there's actors unions and writers unions and things like that, but there's got to be some sort of way to stand. And it's hard. It's an uphill battle, but there needs to be more. This is what happens when you let fucking monopolies take over industries.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Didn't we have a law about that in this country?
And yes, you can blame me. You can blame you for watching, Disney shit or watching Warner Brothers shit. I get that.
Oh yeah, we're totally loving these things that are being brought to us by a monopoly.
Sure, but
while bitching about monopolies.
Yes. So that's what
fully
I mean.
aware of the
That's
irony.
what I mean.
That's the difference between us.
But that's my point, Tyler. I don't want to be a part of the problem. I want to see other companies rise up and make a change and change this because this is not how you do this shit.
Yeah.
And I remember Ethan Hawke talking about it, where people seem to think there's no value in art. And it's like, okay, well, what happens when you have a traumatic experience and you lose the loved one? You get broken up with, or something bad happens to you. You want to find a song, you want to find a poem, you want to find a book or a movie.
Something to help you through that pain.
The minute you take value out of art, you're taking value out of it in enjoyment in your life.
Yeah.
Art is just as necessary as anything else. And to just think of it as a fucking number on a spreadsheet is disgusting. And it just pisses me off because and again, it's gonna hurt them in the long run. That's what I just don't wish they would understand. Is you could argue and say this stuff happens all the time. Yeah, shows get canceled, movies get canceled, things like this happen, but not to this fucking scale.
No, this is a slaughterhouse.
And every single person that worked on those projects,
this is a massacre.
Every single person that worked on those projects, it's gonna remember. And they're going to work with somebody else. And they're going to try and find somebody else. And it's going to be hard for them. And it shouldn't be, but it will be hard because it's a gigantic corporation. But those people aren't going to want to work for you. They're not.
You know how I recently was going through some rough times, and I basically just made the decision kind of arbitrarily to move the album from November to January?
Yeah.
Now, part of that was, hey, I don't want to put so much pressure on myself to get it done. Part of it was I'm going through a lot of shit that I have to deal with, and I don't know if I want to, and I don't know how good any art coming out of me is right now. But part of it was just being pissed about something else and making a rash decision. I'm going to keep it because that gives me more time to make my album, right? But honestly, a part of me wishes that I hadn't made that announcement, Yeah. Now I'm kind of stuck with it. Which is fine. Nobody cares that much. I'm not, like 4 or 5 people. But still, I'm kind of stuck with it, right?
You could change it technically.
Of course, I can change it to whatever I want. But I'm trying to have some integrity, unlike some people like HBO Warner or like Warner Discovery. Those people have no integrity whatsoever. None. No. And the thing is that, you make all these announcements because you're super fucking excited. You're like, we're going to make a Flashpoint movie. We're going to have Michael Keaton in it. We're going to have a Penguin. We're going to have a Green Lantern. We're going to and literally the next day after you come down from your, Coke binge with the hookers, not that there's anything wrong with sex workers at all. There's nothing wrong with people who do sex work. But anyway, then you realize, oh, maybe I shouldn't have fucking posted that on Facebook that we were going to make a fucking Flashpoint movie. Shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that where you send out a tweet and you're like, oh.
All right.
And that's exactly what Warner Discovery is finding out now. That whoever was in charge of this shit and just made all these stupid, rash fucking announcements all the time. Well, now nobody fucking cares what you have to say. How do you like that? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares, Tyler.
I'm just saying,
but you know what I care about?
Huh?
The long. Tyler, what do you want to talk about?
I wanna talk about-
What have you been enjoying lately?
The Orville New Horizons on Hulu.
And Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes. So here's the thing: is the Orville? We've talked about it before. It's basically Star Trek through the lens of the guy who made Family Guy and American Dad.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane.
I'd rather say American Dad because Family Guy is fucking crap compared to American Dad. And yeah, the Orville is so smart, but it's the funny aspects of it. Okay, it's like there's a lot of really funny moments where I can't think of any right now, but the bold writing,
Was it
the
a lot of
storylines-
Pew pew quip, pew pew quip.
yeah, but there's little things like when they're trying to there's little moments like they're meeting with this matriarchal dominated society, so all the men on board have to pretend that they're subservient to the females, right? Even though they're all equal in normal times. So they're trying to make a treaty with this other spacefaring race that's matriarchal. So the women all leave with the whatever, and Seth MacFarlane and Scott Grimes, who play Ed Mercer and Gordon Malloy, they are forced to take all the luggage. And it's just little moments where they're like, one guy's walking in front, and they're all loaded down with shit. And one guy's walking in front, and the guy behind says something, and the guy in front stops to go, what? And the guy behind is like, don't stop, damn it. It's just those little moments that happen to you in real life.
Yeah.
And literally, I think Seth MacFarlane was like, I want to do Star Trek where we see those moments.
Right.
I want to do Star Trek when something goes wrong, they go, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I want to do Star Trek like that. But here's the thing, is the production values and the writing out of this fucking world, dude. This season so far, they've already dealt with transgender issues. They've dealt with suicide. They've dealt with equality of the sexes, and they've dealt with like slavery.
That sounds like it's too woke for me.
Honestly, you wouldn't even know that you were watching something that's quote unquote woke because it's sci-fi. But the way they handle these different aspects of our lives now, of our society that we're arguing about, is handled so beautifully and maturely. It's really hard to believe that we got that from the same guy who probably came up with the whole spit. But he did. He also made Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Did you know that? He was the executive producer.
I was also going to say...
I always thought Cosmos was an apology for Family Guy. Seth. I fucking hate Family Guy, dude.
Family Guy.
I fucking hate it. I can't stand it.
I used to watch that a lot.
If I meet somebody and they're like, "Oh, I love Family Guy," immediately
Now?
my opinion of you, anytime, honestly, anytime.
Well, I used to watch Family Guy.
If we're talking about
What's
shows
your opinion of
and
me?
you bring up Family Guy out of the blue, you've never done that. My opinion of you drops a couple points just on principle. Sorry. Not you, but if I meet somebody and they're
Whatever.
like, and we're like
Whatever,
talking
dude.
about animated shows and they go, Family Guy's great.
So-
I'm like, okay, you're not coming to my house for dinner anymore.
I we talk about DC
Yeah.
and how they announce things too early. I'm a victim of that. I do that a lot. Like I announced, hey, I was going to do a Predator ranking video. Never did. But you know what a ranking video I could do now?
What?
Out of the blue? Men in Black. Because for whatever fucking reason, I saw that all 3 movies were on Netflix. So my wife and I were like, let's just watch the Men in Black
Why not,
trilogy.
right?
We had a free day. Why as well watch? Could watch it. She's like, which is so fucking funny because this just shows you how sometimes when there's some other thing, you can just revert to your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because we were like, because I was interested. I've never read the comic, but I was interested in.
Why do you think I watch Cheers over and over and over?
Well, and,
Night Court.
Dude, I've watched through like The Office like 4 times.
Yeah,
I've
we
watched,
have our
I'm
comfort.
pretty sure I've watched through New Girl like 3 times because I love New Girl.
You have a couple of shows you put on while you're doing like housework.
Right, I've watched How I Met Your
background
Mother
noise,
a million
yeah.
times, but it was just
My
funny.
opinion of you dropped a couple points just there.
Yeah, well, I lost my train of thought.
You watch HIMYM? Oh fuck!
The fact you use the acronym, man. Hey, I'm not gonna pretend it doesn't fall off in the later seasons. It
No,
does.
I'm not. Trust me, I'm definitely not show
I
shaming.
lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
No,
you're-
I was I got it back. It's back. But anyway, we were like, we should.
board?
I've never read the comic, but I was like, we were interested in like, should we watch Sandman? It's like, ooh, okay, yeah, we
Ooh,
could.
yeah.
It's 11 episodes, and they're at about an hour apiece. And
I've heard good things.
And we're like, who has time for that? And then I pick Men in Black 1. Wait, I will say this. These movies are short. These movies are not very long. It's get in, get out.
You remember when we did the two commentaries, and they're a crisp 90 minutes?
Dude.
These movies are like that, too.
I didn't check the runtime of the first movie, but the second movie is an hour and 28 minutes. And the third movie is an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
well, they
it's
get right to
breezy.
it. They get right to it.
That's one of the things I love about the Raimi trilogy.
How neat that Luke Cage is Will Smith's dad.
I know. I noticed that today because I did. Well, also, another note. I love this franchise, but I did not see the first one in theaters, but I saw the second one and the third one both in theaters.
Okay.
Saw the third one in 3D, and because it was at that time
when everything was.
And it was in a small town theater that had like 3 screens, and like one of them was like, you can watch Men in Black, but you gotta watch it in 3D.
But you're gonna do it in 3D. You think we can afford 2 screens? Go fuck yourself.
We're not gonna run 2 screens of Men in Black.
But this ain't California. This is Nebraska.
I also had to see at the same theater. I had to see fucking the first Avengers in 3D at midnight, and I was like, fucking.
Yeah,
My
3D gives me headaches.
My God.
Because I wear regular glasses anyway, so I
Yeah.
basically have to take my glass, or I have to put them on over my. Oh my God! Anyway.
I hate 3D.
Yeah.
No, but sitting there and I was like watching through this trilogy, and then I just remember how much I watched those first 2 movies as a kid. I watched them so much, and that first movie is still really good. That first movie still holds up.
Still great, yeah.
I like the second movie. I could see the criticisms of it.
I like it too.
Everybody hates that movie. I think it's fine.
I know, but I don't. I actually
The
enjoy
third
it.
movie-
The whole scene when he goes to the post office and gets him back, or is
Yeah,
that the third one?
That's the second one.
Yeah, the second one. That's hilarious. Fucking Bismarcky.
The ending to this third movie is
Bismarcky is rapping.
Well,
or is he beatboxing?
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. This is a rare occasion where I feel like if I were to rank them, it would go Men in Black 1, Men in Black 3, Men in Black 2. Because Men in Black 3...
But they're all pretty close.
The way that Men in Black 3 ties J to K this whole entire time
Yes.
is brilliant.
Right?
And the fact that...
Didn't even see it coming.
The fact that he kept his word to his dad and found him later in life and recruited him to be like, I'm taking you, I'm going to keep you safe. Like, that is so sweet and beautiful. Like, when I saw it in theaters, I teared up. When I watched it for the first time in like
and
5
Josh
or 6
Brolin
years, I
as
teared
young
up.
Tommy Lee Jones
He
is
nailed it.
fucking brilliant. And also,
Those movies
let's
are
not
so
forget
good.
about Jermaine Clement as the villain in that movie.
Yes.
Is from Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
He's a great villain, dude. Great.
I liked how gross and weird his
Right?
character was.
Yeah.
The Bogladite.
Listen here.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to talk with these fangs in my mouth. Like a weird Vincent Price. No, and the social commentary, like that's another thing again, going back and watching it as an adult, I realized how really smart that first movie especially is, where there's just subtleties that I never caught before.
Yeah, you guys didn't
Like-
realize. You've been
like-
being indoctrinated this whole time. You're
Like-
finally waking up.
Like when he's digging up the dirt and he goes, when do I get one of those flashy memory things? And then Tommy Lee Jones, when you grow up. And then Will Smith responds by rubbing his middle finger over his forehead. I never picked that up when I was younger, and then I saw it as I got old. But then there's a part where they go in to talk to the morgue, and they go, Tommy Lee Jones looks at fucking Will Smith and goes, Dr. White. And then Will Smith looks at him like, what the fuck? And then, like, there's just little things like that. And then there's, like, a part where you see Tommy Lee Jones become, like, a hard-nosed cop in front of Will Smith. Who's like, put down, you're a real piece of shit or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Will Smith's like taken aback by it, like, what the fuck? And, like, there's just so many things in that I really love. Especially
Honestly,
that first movie, dude. I feel like of the 3 is great. I was surprised coming out of that being like, wow, that the way they tie that all together. But like that first movie is still fucking great.
Dude, the first movie, still one of the best sequences ever is the whole recruitment when he actually shows
Best
up.
of the best of the best.
The
sir.
whole, yeah,
With
you're all
honor.
like, man, I'm just like,
When
but
he
but
pulls
like
the table across
right,
the fucking,
that whole thing. But then the shootout where he's like just chilling and then he shoots the
Shoots the
girl.
girl. Why-
Listen, man, that's not.
Well, let's give you my rip torn.
Yeah.
You explain to me why
Yeah.
little Tiffany deserved to die. And he's just like,
He's just hanging out there doing his workout. You got little
he ain't
Tiffany
snarling.
here. Yeah,
He-
got little.
he sneezes.
He sneezes.
And then she's 8 years old, walking around with quantum physics
Yeah.
books. Those are way
So-
too advanced. for
right,
her.
right.
And I'd probably appreciate if you got up my back about it.
Right. Dude, that,
Or
that
should I
whole
apologize?
sequence is actually pretty
Well,
good.
and then, yeah,
It's funny.
I
It's
just
Will
like-
Smith. Will Smith started out
No,
as a kind of comedic actor.
he's got so much charisma in those movies.
He does.
And
He's great.
Also, but the social commentary that kind of made me laugh in the second movie is they pull up the car and it's a dude sitting there that's the autopilot and they put him away.
Yeah.
And Kay is like, "Did that come standard now?" He goes, "Yeah, it was a black dude, but he kept getting pulled over." And then as he's going to jump back in 1969, he's like, "You got to do this right. Do not lose that device because you'll be stuck in 1969. I don't know if you know, it's not too great for your people." And then he gets pulled over by the cops after he steals a car, and he goes, "You're just pulling me over just because I'm black doesn't mean I stole a car." And then he goes, "Well, I stole this one, but it's not because I'm black."
Right.
It's like little subtle, yeah, and the fact that there's a 10-year jump from Men in Black 2 to 3, and you could tell Tommy Lee Jones aged pretty because he was already super old in the other ones. He's like Morgan Freeman when I've only known him as an old man. That's all I've seen is him.
Have you seen him like in the 70s when he was like in his 30s and
He's a hot
40s?
dude.
No, he still looks pretty old.
Well, that's why they make the joke that
He's always had that kind of scowling,
they
kind of
make-
stern, that kind of makes him look older or makes him seem
By the way,
older.
if you've got some time to kill on a weekend, you can. It takes like 3 hours or 5 hours. You can knock out all 3 movies. If you're committed, you fucking piece of shit. But
if you can't do it all, then don't even
they
try.
make a joke about that in the third movie because Josh Brolin's technically supposed to be 29,
Yeah.
and they joke about that. He's like, "Jesus, you got some mileage on you. You're like this at 29." So like they kind of play with that, but that trilogy, that was a pleasant surprise to go back and realize. Even as much as everybody hates the second movie, I still enjoy it. But yeah, But I was telling Ashley about this. What I don't understand is how they never could get it to work as a TV show, because they had an animated show. And then they tried to make a 4th movie with Men in Black International, and it was kind of whatever.
I've never seen it. I've heard that it was so disjointed and stupid.
Dude, you're not missing anything.
That's what I've heard.
I saw it. I watched it once randomly on a streaming service, and I was just like, whatever. And I was like, meh. It was meh. But like, I would totally dig. And granted, you wouldn't have the budget. And I will say this: of the 3, the CG shows its age a little bit in 1997, but they still had a lot of. They had a lot of props and practical effects in that 97 movie. 2002 really shows its age of the CG because some of the CG is egregious. And I get that it was 20 years ago.
Egregious.
2012. When you go from that to 2012, you're like, geez, that was bad. And there's still some shots in that movie that were like, meh. But no.
Actually, the bug creature at the end of the first one still holds up really well. The effects on that.
Well, yeah, and the first
big ass bug.
Mikey, the first alien they see, is mostly a puppet, and then when he runs and jumps, it's CG, and then it is kind of funny because you can kind of see they were not ready for that in '97 or whatever. But anyway,
97,
pleasantly surprised. But I'm just saying, it would be awesome to see like a Freak of the Week live action MIB movie or TV show. Now you wouldn't have the budget. I mean, but if you can fucking slap that on a streaming service. Like you slap that on Netflix. MIB the series, I'd watch that. Call me, I'll write some shit. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe that fills a niche that I wish I had. But Tyler, as we get ready to wrap this up, what do you got to say? I didn't mean to just blast you with it, but that's our new outro music. So we know to just. It's also the "What's in My Mouth" music, but without you singing. So.
I didn't know that.
Tyler, as we close tonight.
Well, I just want to. I guess the best thing I can say is just look. We're all trying to figure this fucking world and this life out. And honestly, if you are just out there trying to throw negativity out there just for a buck, man, just stop being so shitty to each other and just stop doing that for money. You're not.
Tyler,
be kinder. Be more compassionate.
These are the words I live by.
Yeah.
Be a good dude.
Honestly, yeah. That's way more succinct than what I was saying. Way more.
Be a good... But see, people might say dude is about man. I feel like dude is gender neutral.
I work with a gender fluid person, and I say dude a lot, and I told them, I'm like, hey, I say dude. It's not that I think you're masculine. Because some days, gender fluid, they might feel more...
Either way, be a good dude.
be a good person.
Or be a good person. Either way.
Be a good human being and yeah.
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody love everybody.